What's up guys, Triple Cap here, and I want to show you something pretty crazy and pretty scary for me. As some of you know, I just recently got the HDO2s, and I also got Rapidfire with that, so I was really excited and super pumped for it, and unfortunately today I experienced something that's really scared me and has worried me. I'm hoping you guys can help me figure out what the issue is, because I'm really not sure. Is it the goggles? Is it Rapidfire? What in the world is going on here? Because this cannot happen. I spent way too much money for this to be happening, so we've got to figure out what in the world is going on. As you see here in the background, this is a spot I was flying. It's a new place, a new area where I looked it up on Google Maps, and I'm like, hey, that looked like it'd be a really cool spot to do some nice power loops and stuff. And so I hit this spot, and this is the footage that I got from there. It's a brand new spot, and then this happens. Doesn't look so bad, right? Just a little bump. Well, it could have been much worse, because let's look at the DVR footage. All right, get ready for it. Here we go. Total fucking blackness for seconds. I cannot believe I did not explode my quad in this incident. This was such a scary experience. I don't understand how this can happen with these expensive goggles, this expensive module that's supposed to be the best of the best. I'm hoping at this point that this is a one-time thing. It's never going to do it again. It's just some kind of fluke. I managed to finish my next 2 packs here, and then I decided to go to this other spot where there's the railroad bridge that I usually fly at on a regular basis. And then we have this. You'll notice in this instance it didn't exactly come back on until I was already hitting the ground, so there was no chance to save it. Another thing that I noticed is that there's a little bit of static in the image, so that should tell us something. That should give us some kind of idea of what's going on here. Now, if we look through this footage and start to really look into it, we'll notice a few things. So let's start with the first piece. All right, right here you'll see the little black bars rolling, and then we'll go from black, like a solid black, to a flat black, which is very interesting. Like, what's the difference here? There's a solid black, and then there's a flat black, and then it rolls back into frame as soon as I bump. So does that mean, like, nothing caused it to go out, but the bump did seem to make it come back on? Perhaps it's not the goggles or the Rapidfire at all. Maybe it's something on the quad. I did open my quad up and look around, and nothing was loose. None of the wires were loose. Everything was connected, so I'm not sure. I'm really at a loss here. But what do you guys think? Is it the goggles? Is it Rapidfire? Is it something to do with my quad? You know, I've never had any problems before. I didn't have any problems previous to getting Rapidfire and my new goggles, the HDO2s. So why would it be happening now? It doesn't really add up. I've got to believe that it's something to do with the goggles or Rapidfire. All right, let's take another look at the other footage at the railroad bridge. Let's see how that adds up. All right, we're cruising along. Everything is fine. We dip down. We're about to go over here and circle this piece of roadkill over here, and then it just rolls away out of nowhere. It goes pitch black, and then it goes flat black again. So we watch, we'll see that there's another little bump right there, and it seems to bring the video back on, but then it goes out again, and now we see static. And this is weird because it stayed very static pretty much the whole time until, now get this, I unplugged my goggles and plugged them back in. When I did this, I got the signal back. So you tell me, what in the world is going on? What you're seeing right now on this video is when I plugged my goggles back on. I'm sitting here trying to figure out which switch that I have turtle mode set on. I couldn't remember. I ended up having to walk. But anyway, I plug the goggles back in, and it comes back on. Now, one thing that is worth mentioning, when I got my quad and everything back, and I started looking around, looking at stuff and trying to figure this out, I did notice that my battery pack was on 1 bar. I think there's 4 bars total when it's fully charged, but it only had 1 light lit up. So I wasn't getting any alarm from my goggles. And to test this out, I had a dead goggle battery from my old Fat Sharks with me, and I plugged that in, and the alarm was going off just to make sure there was an alarm, because these are new to me and I had never heard it before. And yeah, there was an alarm, and it was very loud, much louder than my teleporter V5s. But I had 1 bar on my battery pack, yet no alarm. I looked at the unit, the about section on the Rapidfire, and it said it was getting 5 volts. It said for low power, it said no. So I assumed it was perfectly fine. I don't know. Maybe the battery had something to do with it. Maybe it doesn't. These batteries I'm using are old and they're worn out, and maybe I just need new batteries. Could this be something caused from batteries, from a bad batteries? What do you guys think? I really would appreciate some input from the YouTube world, the FPV community, anything you guys can do to help me out here and figure this out. I can't go up in the air with these $800 goggles and this unit, this setup I've got, and just have my screen black out like that. That's just not okay. Please, if anybody has any input, any thoughts, or any ideas, let me know. I was not having this problem whatsoever on my Fat Shark Teleporter V5s. No other changes, no hard crashes or nothing like that have occurred. Just this stuff here. Just these goggles, the Rapidfire, that's the only new thing, and this is what's happening. So if you've got any input, I would really appreciate it. I'm going to keep tinkering away and try to figure out what I can figure out. I think it's kind of odd that when the quad bounces, the video and stuff comes back on. That makes me think it's something on the quad itself. I don't know. I'm really kind of frustrated because I spend a lot of money not to have problems like these. So guys, if you can help me, please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'll try pretty much anything. I've got extra cameras. I'm probably going to do that anyway. I'm going to swap them just to make sure my camera's not on the brink of destruction or death or whatever. So anyways, that's it, guys. This is my experience on day, what? I don't know. This is like my 4th flight with these goggles, and it's the first time I've experienced this particular issue today. I have had another issue where my goggles, the video in my goggles kind of glitched. It froze for a split, like just a split second. Not enough to really mess you up, but it was enough to notice. And it's done that a couple times. So that freaked me out. So I started using Rapidfire mode 2, and since I've been using that, now I'm getting this blackout issue. So if I don't want to go to Legacy because that kind of defeats the purpose of having this $150 module with this special lock-on crap. And anyways, any input you got, I appreciate it. I'm going to keep trying to figure it out myself, and I will get back to you and let you guys know what the hell I figured out. Despite all of this stuff, this craziness, I did manage to get a really cool video that I just uploaded, so please check that out. You'll check out these new tracks that I found, this little area where it's just a strip of tracks where I thought it would be cool to fly up and down, and it is. It's really neat. It's a good little spot, but check it out. And I guess that's it. Until the next video, guys, Cap is out.